What's the most thankless job in history?
It was being a mum, surely.
Yeah. Don't try and get the mum vote.
We have to say thank you to Mum in our house. We won't get any biscuits.
What's the worst job you ever had, Alan?
I put the raisins into fruit and fibre.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did somebody else do the apple bits? You were only in charge of the raisins.
Yeah. They came in a big box. I didn't put them in individually. Wish I'd gone to school.
Anybody else? Terrible job?
I was once working at a record company and someone had a record out with a lyric in it that mentioned Mr. Potato Head. And so I was asked, as a promotional device, to carve faces into 100 potatoes.
OK, most thankless job in history comes from ancient China. So we're going to go back to 400 to 100 BC. And there were people called Yusha, and they were on a constant quest to rescue anybody in trouble and to help the poor. But they hated being thanked because they were too modest. In fact, it was part of their fundamental beliefs that you should never receive praise. So they are almost the equivalent of the knight-errants, which is what Don Quixote was.
But were they really modest, or were they like, no, please don't, please don't, please don't,
please, no, they had codes of chivalry. So there was one called Chuchia, and he saved hundreds of people's lives, but whenever anybody thanked him, he couldn't bear it. Even when he saved a king's life, he refused to ever see him again just in case he was thanked. It was absolutely part of who they were. There's a period of time in China, it's the 250-year period of warring states, and lots of dynasties were fighting for control. In the end, the dynasty called Qin finally won. That's Q-I-N, and that is where China gets its name from the Qin dynasty. So you can see this area down here on the left. That only lasted for about 15 years. But in these times of untrustworthy government, instability, people turned to these more self-sacrificing Yusha knights to dispense justice instead. Thank you for watching. Do remember to subscribe to the QI channel and click here to watch more videos. Well, please, come on, pick something.